Hello, beautiful and handsome listener. Thank you so much for joining me in the first episode of Reach's Talk Zone. In this episode, I'll be talking about depression. Yes, depression. I believe you all know how serious the issue of depression is. So I'll be pointing out some things, how to manage, and some exciting things we didn't actually know about depression. So first off, depression is no joke. Each and every one of us has encountered it at a point in their lives, myself inclusive. Depression is a disorder that affects over 10% of the world's population. Yes, believe it or not, 10% of the world's population are suffering from depression, and majorly with the youths. The youths of this world's population are suffering from depression. Stereotypes makes us believe people suffering from depression are weak. People suffering from depression are not weak. No, they are not weak at all. Most people suffering from depression do not even know what is wrong with them. They just find themselves like, they're just down. They just dull at some point in time. They don't actually know they are in that state of depression. So to address the issue of depression, we need to know the symptoms that yell out, hey bro, hey sis, you're depressed. These include constant sadness. Yeah, you always feel sad. There's nothing that makes you happy. You're always sad. You're always moody. That shows that you're actually depressed. Also anger. You're always in a constant state of anger. You're always angry. Sometimes some minute things just make you angry. That is a sign of depression. You need to speak to someone. You need to get it fixed. You need to work on it. Also guilt. Hopelessness. Yeah, hopelessness in the sense that everything you do, you just feel you've not given 100%. You always feel you're not doing your best. Even when nobody has said so, you're just judging yourself that, bro, I didn't do it, or I didn't actually achieve that. This is not where I want to be. This is not what I wanted. So many things running through your mind. Always talking down on yourself. That shows that you're depressed. There are also some behavioral changes. Some changes in your behavior, such as social withdrawal. Your friends come out, hey guy, let's go party. It's the weekend, let's go have some fun. You'll be like, I just want to stay indoors. I don't want to go out. Your ladies be like, girl, let's go out. Let's go party. Let's have our makeup on fleek. Let's do whatever we need to do. You'll be like, leave me alone. Let me just be in my bed. Let me just Netflix and chill. Sis or bro, you're depressed. Also a significant loss of appetite. When they even put your favorite food in front of you, the food you like best, you just lose interest. You just don't want to eat. Lack of energy. You're not fit. At the slightest movement or the slightest effort to move your body, you're already tired. You lack energy because of the state at which you are in, which is the depressed state. Poor concentration. You can't concentrate. Even at work, you're not giving it your best because you are depressed. You are always making mistakes. Little things that you should have noticed will just slip by you because you're depressed. Like, you're not in it. You're just down. Lack of concentration. Also, you have series of sleep problems. You start saying you're suffering from insomnia. You're not suffering from insomnia. You are actually depressed. You are in that depressed state. You hit your bed. You want to sleep, but you can't find that sleep. You keep on tossing and turning, moving from left to right. Your mind is filled with thoughts. You can't just catch that sleep. That's depression. You're also having some signs of low motivation. You can't speak to yourself and say, yeah, I want to do this, I want to achieve this. Set some goals for yourself that yes, this and this are what I want to achieve and work towards it. You can't. You just can't, because you are depressed, man. You are depressed, my sister. You need to speak to someone. Don't stay alone. Don't keep to yourself. Speak to someone. All these are symptoms of depression. Some symptoms also affect the thoughts. Your thoughts, what you think about. And those symptoms are deadly. Really, really deadly. Those symptoms that are working up here in your thoughts, is very deadly. This is where some people start thinking suicidal, thinking about taking their lives, just pulling the plug. They can't do it no more. They can't deal with it. They just want to take their life. That is what depression can do to you if not treated ASAP. If you don't treat it ASAP, this is what it can do to you. I've heard so many stories about people taking their lives, committing suicide, drinking some kind of chemical substances, so many things. Depressed based on what, maybe relationship or whatnot. They just want to just end it that way. That is what depression can cause. Also, when you're having loss in regular activities, some activities you normally do, some hangouts, some things, maybe some activities that you always partake in, you just find yourself not feeling it anymore, not wanting to partake in it. That's what depression can do. All these things I just mentioned about depression are sometimes not seen as depression, or not seen as signs of depression, because most of them happen in your head. Anything that happens in your head, you feel you have control over. You feel like, I made the decision. It's mistaken for decision because it's happening in your head. You didn't make that decision. You didn't decide just not to eat your favorite food anymore. You didn't decide to just not hang out with your friends. It's not a decision. It's a sign of depression that needs to be addressed. Someone who is depressed may be seen as lazy, or sleeps all day, or has decided to stop spending time with friends, or has even developed an attitude. Nah. That person has not developed an attitude, or that person maybe that person didn't wake up from the wrong side of the bed. No, they are actually depressed. So if you have a friend, you have a family member that you know how this person rolls normally, and you just tend to see, there's a change, or this person is not like how she used to be, or how he used to be, you should know that there's something wrong. There might be a depression somewhere. You need to chat to that person, speak with that person. Say, brother, sister, what's wrong with you? Guy, babe, how far? How are you feeling? Talk to me. Is anything the matter? Speak to that person. That shows you're interested in that person. That shows you're concerned about that person. Don't just start snubbing the person, thinking maybe the person is giving you an attitude or whatnot. Many people fall under this category. I know you're listening to me right now. You're listening to me, and you fall under this category. You're always thinking the person is always to blame. Don't always be blaming people for some things they do, because actually sometimes they don't even know they're doing that thing, and they might be passing through a phase that you need to speak to them in order for you to know what is actually wrong with them. Another factor that tends to bring about depression is genetics. Genetics. Believe it or not, people with family history of depression stand a high chance of being depressed at a stage in their life. You never heard that right. If you actually have a family history of depression, you stand a high chance you are likely to be depressed at one point in your life. You are likely to be depressed. You're likely to be depressed. So speak to someone in your family. You might not know. Speak to someone in your family, like, okay, what are some of the things that our family are prone to? We have some families that are prone to anger. They have anger issues. They have some families that don't know how to talk, or so many things, so many factors. You need to know where your family traits are coming from. You need to know what your family has an history in, because depression might just be one of them. Yeah. Environmental factors such as living in poverty. I can't begin to even speak about this right now. Poverty, 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 man. Poverty is something that causes, in my own scale, or in my own measurement, I feel poverty is the numero uno that causes depression. In this our current economic state, where we have economic ups and downs, whatnot, no money circulating, you can't even have a 3 square meal in a day. You end up being depressed. Seriously. Okay, you're a family man, you come back home, you have kids, your wife's like, oh, my children have not eaten since morning, this and that, we need to get them books for school, we need to pay their school fees, we need to do this. You end up being stressed. You're a woman, your children, you're having so many things in your head that you need to sort out. But the economy is not helping matters. The economy is making it just so difficult for you to actually provide for even yourself before even providing for your kids, or maybe providing for your extended family, providing for your loved ones. It causes depression, honestly. It causes depression. People that also have experienced a traumatic event in the past also tend to suffer from depression. There's some people that have had some crazy experiences in the past. Crazy experiences that I can't even begin to mention right now. When they start thinking about all those things, they tend to get depressed. They're like, wow, so this actually happened to me. They just go back into their shell and just feel like being secluded. They don't want to speak to anybody. They just want to be on their own. They feel life had happened to them. Those are some things that can actually trigger depression in someone's life. Yeah, and they don't need to be neglected. You need to be vigilant. If you have a friend or a family or someone you claim you love, you need to be vigilant. When you see some changes, you need to speak to that person. You can see I'm emphasizing on the word speak. You need to speak to that person. Be concerned. If you are not concerned, I don't know why you are even with that person. I don't know why you even call that person your friend, or I don't know why you call that person family if you're not concerned about that person. You need to be concerned about people, to help them scale up, help them fight depression. Depression can be fought. Depression can be battled. Yeah, depression. You can battle depression and you can win. Yeah, because if you don't battle it, man, it's going to drop you down. It's going to drop you dead. Depression. That's what depression can do to you. Most often, depression does not have a specific trigger. It tends to leave the person wondering why he or she feels the way they are, why he or she feels so down. Depression is a whole lot, and we have so many people suffering from depression. That's why I decided to speak about depression, because day in, day out, me moving from my house to work, to wherever, I see so many people, their faces, from the look of them alone, you can see that this person is passing through a whole lot. I personally, my friends that know me, they always see, I'm always concerned. If I just see something changing you, I always talk to you. I'll just send you a message or talk to you personally one-on-one. Hey bro, or hey sis, what's up with you? Are you fine? This and that. That shows. The final note is care. You need to care. You must care about the person that is immediately close to you. You need to care for them, because that's the only thing that I feel can sort out depression, apart from maybe meeting a counselor or booking some sessions with with a medical practitioner about your depressed state. Care is one thing. When you show them love, when you show someone love, I'm speaking to myself as well, because there have been times in my life that I've been also depressed. I've been depressed, but I had people around me that spoke to me, cheered me up, like said, "You're going to be able to overcome this." And yeah, I can't say I'm always not, or I'm fully immune to depression, but I've learned to control it, because we are human. Actually, you will be depressed one point in time, but when you have control over it, it doesn't bring you so down. It actually can be fought. Let's fight depression. We can fight depression, provided we fight it together. We fight it with someone. Never be alone when you're depressed. I'm not blaming you for being depressed, but you need to speak out in order to get assistance. If you don't speak out, that's a whole different problem. And also, even though someone doesn't speak out, the third party should always be vigilant. Look for some signs that I just listed above that can show the person is depressed, and just speak to that person. You never know. Your speech alone, your conversation with that person alone, it feels like a burden has been lifted off that person, and that person will even sigh a breath of relief that, yeah, I have someone that cares for me, I have someone that thinks about me, I have someone that loves me. Let's care for one another. This will be all for today's episode. I believe you enjoyed it, and I believe you got some insights from this topic, which is depression. And I believe you are going to come out stronger and better against depression. This fight for depression, you're going to win. Thank you so much for listening to me, for listening to my talk. I appreciate you. Don't forget to like this episode. Don't forget to also share to your friends and family. And don't forget to hit the notification bell so you get a notification immediately an episode is dropped from Richie's Talk Zone. Thank you. Peace out.